Hello, everyone. So, what's this hat got to do with you trying to fall pregnant? Very good question. And what's it got to do with my 5 year plan? Anyway, I haven't lost the plot. I was trying to decide what to say this morning, and I thought, right, okay. And I cast my mind back to when I was desperately, desperately trying to fall pregnant with my mini me, with my daughter. And I remember about halfway through, a really good friend of a friend who's a hypnotherapist and therapist generally, she said to me during one of her sessions with me, she said, Emma, just walk about like you're pregnant. Just try on for size. Feel like you're pregnant. Lean back and just with that belly or whatever. Or just imagine yourself running around, just you know, doing deadlines and things, and then balancing, cleaning nappies and changing babies and feeding babies and things like that, and just and holding her and that sort of thing. And I thought that sounds a bit weird, but I do remember. So when I went home that evening, I walked up and down my driveway in the back garden, leaning back, sort of pretending that I was pregnant. And I actually did. I chatted to Georgie, so I hadn't got a name at that point, but I chatted to her and I said, "Come on," and I just sort of said, "Come on down, look at the garden. It's going to be so much fun playing here and everything. Just come on down. You're nuts for keeping away." And I remember walking down the driveway thinking that I was feeling that I was pregnant and wondering what it was like, and just sort of, and I hadn't dared do that before. I hadn't dared take my mind to that place because it was at times really quite painful and also quite unbelievable. And I thought, oh, and also I used to think, well, when I'm pregnant, then it's all naturally going to flow into it, which is true. And apologies if this is patronising to anybody, but this was a new concept to me when I was trying to fall pregnant. And what a lot of the manifestors say is, if you want to change your life and you know the direction you want to change towards, you start to bring a bit of that energy, the feel of that energy, into your life right now. And that's what you do by pretending that you're pregnant. And well, okay, it's a bit of, perhaps it's a nice bit of distraction, it's another little thing to make you feel like you're doing something, but I would say it's really valid because you get to try it on for size. It's like people that have really vivid dreams about something that's going to be happening in the future, or something that they're thinking about doing. It's almost like your brain's running through it just to test it out for size. And if the material world doesn't really fully exist, it's all about the energy, then it makes sense to do that, doesn't it? Method actors do that all the time, don't they? If they've got a big role coming up, they'll be that character. Sometimes they live that character for months and then screw themselves up because they can't remember who they are. But they bring that energy in. So if you're struggling to fall pregnant and you're so desperately despondent, then try it. And if you can't do it, if certain aspects of mummyhood that you can't bring in because it's too painful, then that's the area to focus on, working on, and work with different therapists and healers. Don't do it by yourself if you feel you can't, but just go there. I didn't like the idea of baby stuff in the house because I was late 70s baby. I was brought up with secondhand stuff that was brown and orange, and I hated brown and orange. And I just remember all the crap plastic baby stuff and the smell of Milton, and I was like, ugh. I made myself look at the Mothercare website. Thought, ooh, these pram travel systems look rather blingy and rather nice, and it just completely blew my brain. And I think that also helped a shift in me, sort of entertain the idea of having this baby with me. I know this all sounds daft and nuts, but just go with it, try it. Hell, if what you've been doing so far hasn't been working for you, try something else. Just madness is actually just keeping on doing exactly the same thing, isn't it? Hence why I'm now talking to camera every blooming morning. Anyway, this hat, part of my 5 year plan, helping me bring in the energy. So I'm really excited to put this hat on. This is a hat that I always thought I would only ever buy once I'd achieved my 5 year plan. And I'll tell you more about my 5 year plan another time. But so this hat. And now the other week, I thought, you know what? That word I can't really say on camera. It sounds like bucket. I'm going to buy that hat. I'm not waiting for my 5 year plan to be developed. And I thought, this is a bit like what I did when I waddled down my driveway pretending to be pregnant. I'm bringing a bit of the energy in where I want to be heading and what I want to be doing in life into my life right now. So yes, so you do see me on the school run walking about in my nice little green UK made woolly hat. It's not exactly a woolly hat, is it? It is made out of wool. But yeah, so that's what it is basically. So anything you really, really want to bring into your life, feel it, get the essence. Is there anything that's going to act as a bit of a trigger to help you get that energy of what you're trying to bring in? So right, sign off now. Have a bloody brilliant, I've sworn, haven't I? Have a brilliant day. Bye everyone. Bye.